Hello everyone and welcome to Philly Crypto Trading Plus. Are you confused by all this price volatility? Are you wondering where prices will be next? Well, look no further. You're definitely in the right place. I'm here to solve these problems for you by providing clear, concise, and competent technical analysis. In today's tutorial, we're going to be analyzing Litecoin. Very important time, very critical stage. We're going to go into that in a second. Now, specifically, we're going to cover a little bit about the market sentiment right now. It's going on, a descending wedge that's going on. We're going to talk about symmetrical triangle, a trend line that is also playing a role here, and also a broadening wedge, Fibonacci retracements, extensions, MACD, RSI, and ascending parallel triangle, and a channel, and also a descending broadening wedge. All these play a role. So guys, a lot of you get impatient. Guys, if you want to be successful at trading, investing, learn patience. Okay? If I take 10 extra seconds, learn patience. It's a valuable lesson, one of the most that you could ever learn, because the people that don't learn it, it becomes a very expensive lesson. It costs you a lot of money. So please bear with me, because there's a method to my madness. Now, before we get into that, please sure to stick around to the end, because I'm going to give you my next price targets and where I think we're going next. It's very important. It's a critical time right now. So please be sure to smash the like button, because it lets YouTube know that you're enjoying the content. It makes a huge difference to me. I always appreciate that. Also, I'm always trying to improve my videos and give you the best content I can. So please let me know what you like down in the comments below, and I will be sure to do more of it. Okay? Now, let's get right into today's lesson. Now, what we're looking at right now is Litecoin versus Bitcoin. Now, I've told you guys before, I know people get impatient, but I want to let you guys know, when's it going to go? When's it going to pop? Well, that's what we're going to hear to talk about right now. So I'm simply addressing what you guys are talking about. Now, Litecoin versus Bitcoin. I keep telling you it's undervalued. Now I'm going to show you. This is a Litecoin versus Bitcoin, right? We have this slow descending wedge going on, right? Tightening wedge, of course, right? But most importantly and timely is this little trend we've kind of busted through, right? We're also touching above the 20-day SMA, standard moving average, on this scenario. So we busted through. That's a good thing, and we're looking to obviously, come up eventually and test the upper parameters. But for right now, this is good. We've bunched up. We're consolidating here, and we're moving higher. We busted through this and above the 20-day. Very, very important, guys. Now, I say this because if you go back, you can see there's a lot more to this picture. So we're going to cover that a little closer on a weekly time frame, because I want you to understand a couple things. Again, Litecoin versus Bitcoin. Every time we get this nice channel down, get a nice pop, right? Look at this. See how we came down hard, right? Started settling out, and bang, right? But notice we came up, touched the 20, right? And then up and out, right? And I'm telling you, we're touching the 20 now. Every time, right? So here we are, getting ready. We busted through this. If I want to look at this a little closer, my mouse, I got to fight with it. Okay. See us here? We're kind of busting through this right now. This is a good thing. Short term, this is a breakout. So we want to get up to really the 0.035 to 0.04 levels of this comparison, right? Now, we're going to go through the daily time frames for just a second. Daily time frame. What I want to point out to you guys is we talked before about this ascending parallel channel. We talked about overextended out of the channels. We talked about below the channels, right? How we always like to try to get back in the channels when we're below them, when we come back to the channels when we're above and overextended, right? So here we are again. Out of that channel, I've simply extended it for you guys to see. Now we're working our way back up to the channel. We're not quite there yet, but hey, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Now, just want to point that out to you guys, and I do believe we're going to get there. Now, if you see my mouse jumping, I'm fighting it. Anyway, so what I want you to know, this is on a daily time frame, guys. I want you to see this descending, broadening wedge going on. Notice that we busted out of here right here. I told you guys in the last video that it exactly played out like we said, right? And we talked about this 172.79, which was the 0.786 pullback. And what do you know? We stopped right there, almost like I know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, most importantly, guys, if you're a trader, once we busted out of that right here, that's where you're looking to grab something and go for the trade. So we're in the middle of a good trade right now, right? And then we're going to look to see if we can get back up into this ascending parallel channel that even though it failed, right? So the 0.5 fit pullback was the 199.80, the 200. So that would be the next place we're looking at. But more importantly, I want you to take notice of this descending trend line that we talked about, right? And this moving up. So this is coming to an apex soon as well, right? Now, I want to get back to this. This is a daily time frame again. Most importantly, I want you to see this is the old trend line. Okay, guys, and let me show you. Been going on since really December, right? So this is almost 4 months old, guys. Hanging on. Now, yes, we went below the trend line. I told you that we could do that. And I told you that when we go below, we're going to come back up, blah, blah, blah. Told you all that, right? Don't know it? Go back to the old video because we're here, current events. This is what we do. So, back above that trend line. Very important, right? But most importantly, look at this, right? So what we have going on a daily time frame is really a broadening wedge, right? An ascending, broadening wedge. So what is the parameters of that? That would mean that we probably want to come back up and test this at some point in time, right? Obviously, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We have a little bit higher low here, critical time. Told you about this pullback, held very well, held the levels I mentioned. Awesome. Now we're looking for the next term, So our next area we're looking for would be the 200 to 203 area, which obviously is really the apex of this triangle going on, symmetrical triangle, right? So that would be awesome. We're going to get up there, I believe. And then so the question becomes, what do we do next? By the way, guys, I'm going to have a different mouse next time because I'm fed up with this crap. Anyway, so we're going to want, we got a couple touches. We went below, but now we're moving up. We have a couple touches. We're going to want to probably come up, maybe touch this, bang, bang, and then one more time. Maybe, that's typical, right? But once that happens, guys, look, 233.382 fib extension probably going next, right? Okay, so now on the 4-hour time frame, you'll see the same thing going on, closer schedule, right? So if we were to continue in this pattern, guys, right, we're going to want to see it touch up here again, maybe come back again, maybe again, or just up, back, and then out. We don't know. This is why we watch. I tell you guys, each day is a chapter to the story. So if we were to go ahead and bust out of this, right, this is what we're looking for, guys. And again, I'm back to targets, upper targets, right? Now, we don't know if it's going to be here, 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 right, but just for argument's sake, right? Say it's here. Okay, we're looking for target up here in this area, right? Again, worst case scenario, we go here. We're looking at 295. Upper targets, guys, right? So let's go back to this. This is our Fibonacci extension. 233 would be looking to be next once we bust out of this, right? And then the 0.5 extension is going to be 257. The 0.618 is 281.5. And the 0.786 is 315.94. Now, I want to bring your attention to one little, actually, this is what I wanted to, no, not really. I wanted to show you one more thing that I think you'll be appreciative. Okay, so honestly, guys, 154, 155 on the bottom, 245 on the top. Now, you put that together. Now, I'm not going to say this is going to happen tomorrow, but if this pattern plays out, which I believe that it will, we're going to be looking at this on top, which would put us around the 340, 350 area, which in fact would be getting close to testing our old highs. And we know we're extremely undervalued against Litecoin. We've talked about this repeatedly. You see this going on here. Generally speaking, when this happens, a descending wedge like this, tightening like this, it just busts, right? And then if that happens, you can see from here to here, you put that on top, we're going to get an explosion. Now, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Don't want to get crazy. I'm just trying to explain to you. Now, a couple things I did overlook that I just want to point out to you real quickly. This is a 4-hour time frame. Notice how we bottomed out on our RSI, right? Now that's 63 and some change. Looking very strong. Same thing with the MACD over the zero line. Awesome stuff. And lastly, let's look at the same thing here. Daily time frame. Guys, we're back above the 50 on the RSI. We're at 52.3. I've said this to you before. Whenever, look at here, guys. We got up here. We came back. We started approaching the 50 here, right? And then look what happened. Boom. Nice little move, right? So here we are again, guys. Approaching that 40. And then look. Now you can see it corresponds with this move. So right now we're at 53, 54. So we're getting the movement similar to this. And that's what we're looking for. We've talked about it all this time, guys. And I know your patience has been tested. But you have to stay the course. Look at the MACD, guys. Look at the crossover about to happen here. Let's look a little closer at that, right? Look at that. Look at this. We bottom out here, which corresponds here. I told you don't be expect for the pullback. I told you don't be surprised. It happened. Now we're moving through this, right? Bang. And then here we go. Look at this. We're about to cross over. Now, if we cross over, coupled with this being over 50, we're going to get a nice little move there. Again, I don't like getting ahead of myself, guys. I would rather over-deliver and under-promise, right? So I don't want to tell you it's going to be $750 tomorrow. I want to tell you how we're going to start moving in the direction that we want it to go. So right now, again, here, I'd say in the next 3 months, we're probably looking at testing our highs. This is according to this, as long as this pattern continues to formulate. Now, I hope I covered everything. I hope I did a good job. Now, I want to turn this video over to you guys, and I want to ask you, what's the most valuable thing that you've learned from today's lesson? Please let me know in the comments below. And I want to make a couple quick comments for you guys. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I really want to address it just for a second. I said this a week or two ago about a copycat and the imitation and flattery and all that good stuff, right? If you don't know about it, go back and look in the videos. But so now it's become obvious as the day is long lately, the last 4 or 5 days. Again, guys, I'm not, I don't want to bring drama to the channel, number one. Number two, I'm not offended or bothered by that. I'm flattered by that. But at the same time, when you're using my content, I don't think the person is a bad person. I actually think highly of them. I think they're good people. But my simple point is this. What do you think I should do about it? If anything, I'd like to hear your opinions because I value you guys and you're my audience and I appreciate your support. So I want to ask you guys in the comments below, let me know what you think I should do about something. It's obvious as the day is long, right? So do we acknowledge it? Do we address it? Do we ignore it? What my thoughts are, it's just, hey, if you're going to do that, that's fine. Nothing illegal about it. Fair use, all that good stuff. But why not just give credit where credit is due? That's all I'm simply saying. So I would really appreciate your guys' opinion down below in the comments. Don't want any drama. We want to focus on what the content is and what we're trying to accomplish, guys. So I hope this has been helpful to you guys today. I hope you've learned some things. I hope it's been valuable. Now, if you find some value in this, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Also, the more subscribers that we get, the better and more content I can continue making. So please like, share, and subscribe. Now, if you want to learn more, please be sure and watch this next video.